Rain is a good thing. Just out here watering the garden. I know it's supposed to rain, but just in case it doesn't. My well's kind of weak. Let me just show you the watering system that I have. Eventually, I would like to have a better system of getting water to the plants. Now, I could just let it be and trust that the rain is going to be enough. I haven't checked the pH, but I bet you these plants are liking that pond water. And then I get this. This is just an almond milk container I cut. That's my watering can. I've got a couple of them. There's a pond water. The problem with using my tap water is it goes through my water softener, and so there's traces of salt, and that's not good for the plants. Plus, also, if you water your garden with your hose, it's a different temperature than the plants in the soil. I don't water the leaves, especially with tomatoes. You want to make sure you water them at the base. You're watering their roots, you're not watering their leaves. So I've got like five 5-gallon buckets. I go to the pond, I fill them up the night before. I come, I fill up my reservoir, and then I go back to the pond, I fill them up, I just spread them out. That way it's super easy just to dip them out with my watering cans as we're watering. One in each hand. It seems kind of tedious, but it's cheaper than setting up an irrigation system, which I might eventually. But in the meantime, we're going the free route. Can you hear me? Free route. Yeah, why spend $20 on a watering can when you can just avoid throwing something away and use it as a watering can? Cha-ching, cha-ching. It's not as stylish, but it's awesomer. Is that a word? Yes, I know. Using pond water like that, y'all maybe don't have access to pond like that. Maybe other people, what they do is they put chemicals in their pond. So you probably wouldn't want to use the pond water. I don't do that, so I can. Also, yeah, with pond water, you might introduce the idea of seeds or other kind of critters that are bad for your garden. I get it, but it's free. But what if I harvest nothing? What if I harvest nothing? You know what? I harvested a lot of know-how through the project. So you never harvest nothing. You want to water in the morning. It makes the plants turgid. So I hear turgid means they're full of water. And when they're full of water, they're happier. That way, if the sun beats down on them, they're a little bit more capable of resisting that beatdown. Of course, they like the sun, but not if they're dry. They need the water. And so I'll gather my water the night before. I'll distribute the buckets strategically around the garden. And then I don't have to spend hours out here in the morning. All I gotta do is come and the water's already there. So a little bit at night, a little bit in the morning, and neither one is too cumbersome. It's great water, it's a great plan, but eventually I could probably get some rain barrels. Think about opportunities. I got a problem with my gutters. That's an opportunity to upgrade. If I need to make an investment anyway, invest smart. And then I just run a garden hose down here when these are empty, fill them up, and let the rain do all of that fetching for me. Cha-ching, right? So guy over at Romeo sold me these 55-gallon barrels at 20 bucks a piece that I'm going to use in the garden for our watering system. Good deal. There's my lettuce bed with spinach next to my helper. The VLA boxes are looking awesome. Gonna take the spinach out of the one. Tomatoes, look at this. Those are those little seedlings that I did. I went ahead and mulched them and I put some nice soil around them. I planted some basil in between and that smells awesome. I'm waiting for it to really come up. Tomatoes I started from seedlings. I had extras and so I planted them around the perimeter. Those aren't doing so good. They're in the main soil. Also, I think they don't get enough sunlight where they are. This I haven't mulched yet. I planted pepper seeds late in here. I think I got one pepper coming up there, I think. But then I went ahead and I planted pak choy cabbage in between the rows, and that's what you see. Potatoes are like, I'm crowded, I'm too close, and so they're gonna grow tall, but I don't care. We'll see how many potatoes we get out of that. If we get 30 potatoes, I break even, basically. These potatoes are kind of wilting. I might water those tonight. Green beans. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. So cilantro, sage, parsley, onions. Out of all this work, if we get one thing out of the garden, it's gonna be an accomplishment. So we got us a couple of peas growing. It's a good day.